Let me tell you something that nobody in this industry has the guts to say out loud. 80% of SUV buyers are paying for exactly one thing: the logo on the grille, not the engine, not the reliability, not the build quality. Just 3 letters stamped in chrome. And that logo is quietly draining. Anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000 out of your pocket every single time you sign on the dotted line. The dealership knows it. The manufacturer knows it. The automotive media knows it too. And everyone has a financial reason. It's to make sure you never figure it out. If you are looking at a RAV4, a Highlander, or a BMW X3, you are walking straight into a trap. The average buyer loses $11,000 on a single purchase, one signature. Here's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you 5 SUVs that look as good as a Lexus in your driveway and are built to last as long as a Land Cruiser for the price of a used Corolla. I'm going to name every single one. No vague hints. No notch to your research. Names, years, prices, and what to check. Exactly what to check before you hand over $1. By the end, you will never look at dealerships the same way. Drop a number 1 in the comments right now. I'll privately share a 6th vehicle that I pulled from this list. And the reason I pulled it is going to surprise you. Let's get into it. You won't believe what's coming next. Let's talk about the system that is working against you right now. Because this information did not disappear by accident. It was buried deliberately. And it is being kept buried by 3 groups of people who all profit from your confusion. The first group is the dealership network itself. The average dealership makes between $800 and $1,200 more in gross profit on a vehicle, carrying a premium badge than on an equivalent vehicle from a lesser-known brand. That gap is not based on engineering. It is not based on materials. It is based entirely on perceived prestige, and the dealership is counting on you to never look behind the curtain. The second group is the automotive media, the major car magazines and review websites that rank vehicles every single year are funded almost entirely by manufacturer advertising. When a brand spends $40 million a year buying ad space in your favorite publication, that publication does not give their flagship SUV a bad review. They bury the competitors. They keep the underdogs invisible. The system is not broken. It is working exactly as designed, just not in your favor. The third group is the resale value myth machine. You have been told your entire life that certain brands hold their value better. And while that is partially true, what nobody tells you is that high resale value means you overpay going in and someone else profits coming out. When you buy the undervalued vehicle, you capture the depreciation curve. That already happened to someone else. Their loss becomes your leverage. What I am sharing today does not come from a press release. It comes from RepairPal's 10-year repair cost database, from internal J.D. Power dependability studies that the mainstream automotive press never puts on the front page, and from 2 decades of hands-on experience watching which vehicles come back to the shop and which ones simply do not. Vehicle number 5, Kia Telluride, 2019 to 2021. Here is a fact that the industry would prefer you forget. The Kia Telluride won SUV of the Year simultaneously from Motor Trend, Car and Driver, and Motor Week in its debut year. That has never happened before in the history of automotive journalism. A triple crown from the 3 most respected names in the business. And yet you can walk onto a used car lot right now and buy one for the price of a base Honda CR-V. The reason it is underpriced is simple, and it is entirely psychological. The name on the hood says Kia, and most buyers are still operating on a mental image of Kia from 2005. They have not updated their information. That gap between perception and reality is where your opportunity lives. The 3.8-liter V6 in the 2019 to 2021 Telluride is a naturally aspirated engine, with no turbocharger to fail and no dual-clutch transmission to slip. RepairPal gives it a 4.5 out of 5 reliability rating. Annual maintenance averages $519. Compare that to a comparable German crossover at $984 per year in maintenance alone, and the math becomes impossible to ignore. Current market price for a 2020 Telluride with under 70,000 miles runs between $24,000 and $28,000. A Volkswagen Tiguan, the same year with the same mileage, costs you the same money and delivers a turbocharged 4-cylinder with documented reliability concerns. and a repair bill that will teach you an expensive lesson within 18 months. When you inspect one, check the infotainment screen response time across all menus. Test the AWD system in an empty parking lot at full steering lock. And verify the powertrain warranty transfer, because Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile coverage can follow the vehicle to the second owner, which is a layer of protection you will not find from any German brand on the planet. Vehicle number 4, Genesis GV70 2022. Motor Trend called it the BMW X3 killer, a phrase that was never repeated. Hyundai built Genesis with a blank check to out-engineer Mercedes and Audi. In 2022, the GV70 earned the #1 ranking in J.D. Power's initial quality study. Overall, number 1, a used GV70 sells for $32,000 to $38,000, while an X3 costs $14,000 more. You're paying more for a car that finished lower in internal quality studies. Inside, it's executed luxury, Napa leather, brushed metal, and soft-touch materials. Authentic premium construction shows itself in the details. Vehicle number 3, Volvo XC60 2018 to 2019. Volvo engineers this vehicle to survive Scandinavian winters at -30 degrees Celsius without mechanical failure. You are being talked into a RAV4 to drive to a grocery store in a mild climate, and you are paying a similar price for the privilege. The XC60 scored 5 stars in Euro NCAP safety testing, which is widely considered the most rigorous crash testing protocol found anywhere in the entire world. The interior quality of the 2018 and 2019 models benchmarks directly against the Mercedes-Benz GLC, a vehicle that costs $20,000 more. On the used market right now, you are getting the same quality of materials, the same attention to cabin refinement, and the same feeling of substance when you close the door at a fraction of the price. Current market pricing for a 2018 or 2019 T5 AWD with under 80,000 miles runs between $22,000 and $27,000. A Honda Pilot the same year at a similar price gives you more seats but an interior that feels like a rental fleet vehicle compared to the Volvo. The XC60's reputation for expensive repairs comes almost entirely from pre-2015 models and from owners who deferred maintenance. The 2018 and newer generation with the Drive-E engine family has a fundamentally improved reliability record. You are being penalized for a problem that was solved before these cars were built. When you inspect one, stick exclusively to the T5 AWD powertrain and avoid first-generation T8 plug-in hybrid models, which carry additional complexity without proven long-term reliability data. Test every function of the Sensus infotainment system thoroughly and confirm that any open recall related to the engine management system has been completed at a dealership. Vehicle number 2, Acura MDX 2016 to 2018. Honda built the Acura MDX in the same factories, with the same engineers using components sourced from the very same global supply chain as vehicles wearing a Lexus badge. Then they sold it for $14,000 less because the letters on the trunk lid read Acura instead of Lexus, and they understood that most buyers would never investigate further. Consumer Reports awarded the 2016 through 2018 MDX its recommended designation for 5 consecutive model years, a distinction that reflects owner-reported reliability data from hundreds of thousands of actual vehicles, not sponsored test drives on closed courses. The super-handling all-wheel drive system in these models is the most mechanically sophisticated AWD setup in the non-luxury segment and delivers a driving dynamic that genuinely embarrasses anything the Europeans are selling at double the original price. A 2017 MDX with 3 rows and under 80,000 miles currently sells for $20,000 to $26,000. A 2017 Lexus RX with similar mileage commands $34,000 to $40,000. The RX has a nicer badge. The MDX has more space, more capability, and a reliability record that is statistically indistinguishable from the Toyota product it is being compared against. When you inspect one, listen carefully to the 9-speed automatic transmission during all shift points, and be attentive to any hesitation between first and second gear, which can indicate deferred fluid maintenance. Test the SHAWD on an open road under hard acceleration, and if the transmission fluid has not been changed at 60,000 miles, use that as a primary negotiating point, because the service costs approximately $300 and gives you immediate mechanical peace of mind. Vehicle number 1. Mazda CX-9 2018 to 2021. Consumer Reports called it a hidden gem. AutoGuide gave it a head-to-head win over the Toyota Highlander XSE in a direct comparison, citing interior quality, driving dynamics, and overall value as the key deciding factors. 3 separate automotive journalists, writing for 3 separate publications, used the phrase "feels like a Lexus" when describing the interior of the second-generation CX-9. And right now it is sitting on used car lots across the country priced $8,000 to $12,000, below a comparable Highlander because Mazda does not have Toyota's marketing budget, and most buyers have never even considered it. The 2.5-liter turbocharged Skyactiv G engine produces 250 horsepower on regular fuel and delivers 310 pound-feet of torque at just 2,000 RPM. That low-end torque delivery makes the CX-9 feel quicker than its numbers suggest, and eliminates the flat, uninspired power delivery that makes most 3-row family haulers feel like appliances. The engine uses a timing chain designed to last the life of the vehicle. There is no turbocharger, complexity that surprises you at 90,000 miles. There is no CVT to slip or dual clutch to stutter. RepairPal ranks the CX-9 first out of 14 midsize SUVs in its reliability index. J.D. Power awarded it 81 out of 100. For long-term dependability, a 2019 CX-9 Grand Touring with 70,000 miles is selling right now for $22,000 to $27,000. A 2019 Toyota Highlander Limited with the same mileage costs $32,000 to $36,000. You are paying $9,000 for a name, and you are receiving a worse interior, a less engaging driving experience, and a reliability record that is statistically equivalent to what you are paying a premium to avoid. When you inspect one, verify that any open recall related to the low pressure fuel pump on 2018 and 2019 models has been completed, as this is a dealer-corrected issue at no cost. Target 2019 and newer models to ensure Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, and inspect the paint carefully around the wheel wells and lower rocker panels because the CX-9 sits lower than competitors and is more vulnerable to road debris accumulation in high-mileage examples. The used vehicle market moves in windows, and right now you are sitting inside one of the most favorable buyer windows this market has produced in 4 years. Inventory levels are adjusting. Interest rate pressure is pushing over-leveraged buyers out of the market. The specific vehicles on this list are priced at historic lows relative to their actual mechanical value, and that gap will not last. Industry analysts are projecting a market correction within the next 60 to 90 days as seasonal demand picks up and inventory tightens again. The window does not stay open. Every week you wait is a week that someone else who watched this video walks onto that lot and takes the vehicle. That should have been yours. You came into this video believing that a higher price meant a better vehicle. You are leaving it knowing that the most expensive part of most SUVs is the marketing budget that convinced you to want them. That knowledge is worth more than the price difference on any single vehicle on this list. The dealership is not your advisor. The automotive media is not your advocate. The only thing standing between you and an $11,000 mistake is the information you just received and what you choose to do with it in the next 30 days. Save this video, send it to someone you know who is about to buy an SUV. That is the most financially valuable thing you can do for them today, and it costs you nothing but 30 seconds. Subscribe if this kind of honest, unsponsored information is something you want more of, because I have no manufacturer relationships to protect and no advertising deals to honor. I will keep telling you exactly what I see from inside this industry for as long as you keep showing up. Take it or leave it. I will see you in the next one.